there's no dock master or harbor master, but whoever's in control of the...
Exactly.
Somebody's in control of this dock area. You know what I mean? So somebody's definitely in control, and someone's collecting fees.
It's more like a Bob thing.
Yeah,
Protection money.
exactly. Exactly.
You pay up and your boat doesn't burn.
Yeah. 13 a day and 4 gallons of beer, and he sticks his hand out and he says, "All right, just put your mark here." And he hands you a like a piece of paper, and there's he's got this feathered pen and quill, and he dips he says, "Just put your mark here." And it's actually it's like a leather bound journal, you know.
It's not my ship, and I'll hand it over to the captain.
Thanks for the follow, Mr. Lurius. Welcome.
13 a day and 4 gallons of beer.
Oh, that's a steal. And the other guys are checking in the background.
By 10 a.m.
He says, we make our rounds usually around this time every day. And he collects 13 gold, so somebody deduct 13 gold. Or do we have any money in the party sheet? I don't think we do.
I feel like my captain was saying they should pay us.
There's 5 gold.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, I think, yeah. There's 5 gold in the party sheet, so if somebody wants to... but then again, you can invite them on the ship and maybe take care of them. But then again, that may cause more problems for you. Welcome to Brigandy Bay, Captain Shen.
Also, Lily has 45 gold on her sheet, and she doesn't need any gold.
So do you want to put it in the party sheet then and just use that as part of the...
Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Well, I don't think you can drag it over. Let's just say that there's 55 gold.
Hey, you can take my 45 gold and put it in there too. Because I got to pay the crew.
No, I can't do it. I'll remove it from my...
Okay. Yukiri, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I can't even adjust it. I wonder what's going on. Let me make another one. Okay, so I could do it in that. Alright, so I don't know what the heck is going on with that top cell. But I'm going to delete that gold. You said you wanted to donate your 45 in there too?
Yep.
Okay, so that'll be, you guys got 100 down. We'll take 12 out, which will be actually 13 out. So we'll say that, well, you made water already for the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to have to start tomorrow with that.
Okay. So you'll have to pay the full 25 today. So I'll put 75 gold in there, and then starting tomorrow it'll be 13. So
I'm back to inviting them on board to come and collect.
He says, we'll see you tomorrow then, Captain Shen. So tomorrow, he says, he says, as long as we have permission to come onto the boat, we'll just come on tomorrow and collect.
Well, you now have permission for free access to the boat.
I feel this is totally going to go awry starting tomorrow. It's going to be great. All right, so in fact, I'm going to use the party sheet for food and water as well. So you got 98 days worth of food and that 48 days of water. So you guys are in Brigandy Bay. So, you can leave Aquias. You can leave Aquias in charge, and you still have 13 members of your crew that will be on the ship. They all have, shivs and stuff like that, so they can defend the ship. But I would imagine all of you guys are probably going to travel inside Brigandy Bay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get in a lead on where, if anyone's seen Markesh and Mr. Spoony.
Yeah, I was going to ask around about that if I could.
That's job one.
Okay, so yeah, you guys got a couple things. So, and this would be a perfect place to try to possibly find out some information on the blowhole coming into port. And I'll even say this, Captain Shen and everybody else on the crew, you guys are looking around Brigandy Bay, which is actually a pretty big, nice sized bay, and you don't see the blowhole there. So why don't who's going to be going around trying to gather some information?
Before we do that,
sure.
Let me ask, who's going to allow Lily to pretty much hold on to them everywhere they go?
You can hang out with Shen, Lily.
Okay. I hold on to your belt or rope or whatever that you might have around.
I could, you know what? Actually, I could see Shen. You know those kid leashes that, you know, if you're at like somewhere out at the mall or Disney
backpack
World.
leash?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a dog harness that they
Dog
put on the
harness,
kid. Yeah, and then, you know, it's got that handled like a rope thing that if the kid gets too far out of reach, you just give that goddamn thing a tug and that kid just comes flying back. Get over here, kid. That would be awesome if you had that on there, Lily. I don't know. You're just kind of holding on to the belt though, right? You don't want the leash.
Do it the other way. You should have a leash on Shen.
Yeah, that would probably be better.
He's walking faster than I can, so I'm just gonna
Give him a tug.
one hand touching the doll, the other hand holding on to Shen.
Oh, that's too good. I can just imagine that going through the streets and the marketplace of Brigandy Bay. So I guess, is everybody leaving the ship? Nothray, Omi,
Yeah.
Darganoth.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll look at them and I'll be like, this kind of place is the kind of place it reminds me of home. Is there anything you would rather I not do to start trouble here?
This is a lawless place. Let's own it.
Don't you guys forget that I was originally a swashbuckler, a reformed swashbuckler, but sometimes we have relapses when we come to places like this.
Lily said you shouldn't hurt anyone.
As you are leaving the ship, another captain, he has a peg leg and a hook for a hand. It's like his right hand is a hook and his left leg is a peg leg, and he also has this eye patch. And he comes up to you and he says, "Oi!" He says, who's the captain here?
Captain Shen here.
"Oi, Captain Shen. I'm Captain John. Captain John O'Hara. And I'm looking at your fine vessel here, my friend. And I kind of would like to make an offer on one of your items that you have here. I like the flag that you're sailing. Would you like to sell it? I'd be willing to offer you a whole chest of me loot. I'd be willing to offer ye 5,000 pieces of 8 for that flag, my friend. Call it fair and square, 5,000. You could almost probably buy another ship for that."
Let me think on it there, Captain Half John.
And
I'll take that as a compliment from ye. So you think
Which of
about
these?
that, Captain Shen. 5,000 pieces of 8.
which of these fine ships is yours?
She's over there, and he points at this huge ship, man. This thing has probably at least 16 cannons on one side. You can see the cannon doors, open with the cannons kind of hanging out, and he's got his crew, cleaning inside of the cannons and stuff, with the cannon brushes. And he says, that's me pride and joy over there. And you look at the side of the ship, and it has the name of the ship on it. So, Darganoth, why don't you tell me the name of that ship that you see?
Oh God, I got
Not to put you on the spot or anything, but I
It's-
love to do that.
It's the Spazzy Orbit.
That's me pride and joy over there. The Spazzy Orbit, whatever the fuck that means. But I'm willing to pay ye 5,000 pieces of 8, me friend. And also, I'd also be willing to, the Spazzy Orbit, I need to write that down, because I'm going to forget that one. But I probably won't, because that's a unique name. And I like ye ye topsails that you have as well. As the crew is like pulling down the the topsail, he goes, I'd be willing to pay ye another 5,000 pieces of 8 for your topsail, my friend. So if you need the money, you can have 10,000 pieces of me 8 from the spazzy orbit, my friend.
I keep that in mind, Captain Half John.
I take that as a compliment, me friend, and he spits on his hand and he goes to shake your hand and he says, "It's well met, Captain Shen."
I'll return the gesture.
And he gives you a wink and a.
I hope he doesn't have any other hooks.
So you guys meet the captain of the spazzy orbit, and you guys make your way into the heart of Burgundy Bay, and like I had showed you guys the picture, a lot of Burgundy Bay is built onto the cliffs of the mountains of Burgundy Bay. A lot of it, it's just all shanty, and there's all kinds of everywhere you're going is like another market district, and everybody's trying to peddle all these goods, and a lot of it's made in Kieran, the Kieran Empire. A lot of it is just made from the natives here. So, but there's anything that you want: wooden planks, there's bars of steel, there's all kinds. Anything that you guys want is here. Gunpowder, there's cannonballs, anything that you guys want. All kinds of fruits and veggies and everything. For anything that you want is here. And you got merchants, coming up to you, and you even get the occasional oddball that opens up his leather jacket and he says, "Psst, hey, you want to buy one of these?" And it's like compasses.
I need a Submariner watch.
I want to whisper to the captain real quick. How would you feel about me trying to see how much of those 10,000 pieces of 8 he apparently has that I can get my hands on and get away with?
All of them.
I don't know where I'd put all of them unless we got some kind of magical bag to throw them in.
We might have to talk to Omi about that, but I'm not selling them nothing.
No, but he definitely pointed out which ship was his, and he apparently has 10,000 pieces of 8 that's ripe for the taking.
Yeah, we need some pieces of 8 to pay the crew.
And he's got like 32 cannons. I could probably do some pretty good damage to your ship. And he's probably got 3 or 4 times the size of your crew. His crew's probably at least 100 strong.
Well, if I do my job right, he won't even know I was there. If I do it wrong, I'm probably dead anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll be playing Pathfinder next week. So.
Shen's on par. I think Shen wants to play some Pathfinder.
I'm down.
I know Lily does. So if you guys are going into own Burgundy Bay, this may not last very long. So what do you want to
Hear the
do?
whispering, so.
I mean, up to the captain. I can either try to hit the streets and find out what I can about the ship we're trying to find, or I can go try to sneak aboard the ship and see how much of these valuables I can accommodate for us.
You got 30 minutes for a total party kill, so we got 30 minutes left. So if you guys are going to do it, let's do it now.
I think the inspection of the spazzy orbit needs to happen after nightfall.
Fucking spazzy orbit. God, Chris, that was such a great name.
So now we're in information gathering mode, I think.
Okay. Yeah, and there's lots of people to mingle around with too. Why don't one of you give me a D20 in the tower, please? One of you, or I'll just take the first roll that goes in there.
Find out more about those guys that are costing me 13 gold a day and 4 gallons of beer.
I'm just dying to use a streetwise or persuasion check. I'm like, I have checks I could use.
Okay,
Get 'em.
So we'll take the first roll. So yeah, Omi, as you guys are, why don't you? In fact, no. Why don't Nothray? Why don't you roll me a D6 in the tower? Nothray, throw me a D6 in that tower. All right,
Lily
so
can do any notice rolls that you want, because she's scanning everything. Yeah, childlike curiosity.
Okay, so why don't you give me a notice check in the tower as well? So, Darganoth, as your captain, you're talking to Captain Shen. You guys are talking about trying to find out who these guys are. You're trying to find out more about this ship. And why don't you give me a notice roll also, Darganoth?
In the tower,
I
yeah.
do one too.
In the tower. Just oh my god, did you see all those aces going on, dude? Darganoth, all of a sudden you feel a tug. You feel a tug on your pouch. And when you look, and Lily, you see this happen as well. And as this happens, it's a little dirty looking runty kid. You know who this kid is too. Yeah, and
Oh, I hate that kid so
yeah. You see this little dirt bag. He's got dirt all around his mouth and like dry, dirty snot coming out of his nose and stuff. Patches of dirt on his face everywhere. And you look down and you grab his hand as his hand is inside of your pouch, and he says, "Oh, I'm really sorry, mister. I thought you were my dad. I'm really sorry about that. You look so much like my dad. I'll just be on my way now." And he tries to pull away from you. Do you let him go, or do you continue to hold on to him?
Oh no, I'm gonna check this kid out. I feel like he might have grabbed something.
No. As you pull his hand out of your pouch, you can hear him letting go of a couple of coins, so they go back into your pouch, and then of course he doesn't have anything in it. And he says, "Mister, I'm really sorry. I thought that you were my dad, and my dad was gonna buy me a snow cone, because we have snow cones here, and we have snow cones in Burgundy Bay at Captain Jack's snow cone shack over there." And you look over there, and there's a Captain Jack snow cone shack with like a couple of those tables out there with the giant tiki umbrellas and stuff. Yeah, and there's people having some snow cones. He goes, "I thought you were my dad. I'm serious. Are you going to let me go, sir?"
I look
I'm
at
really
Darganoth
sorry.
and say, "Handle your business. You want a snow cone, Lily?"
Lily says no.
Does anybody know this kid? Lily, do you know this kid?
No, Lily, you've never seen this kid before.
No way.
Sir, you gonna? Will you let me go? I'm sorry. I thought you were my dad. Last
I'll just let him
chance.
go. I'm not a kid murderer.
He says, "You're lucky you did that, because and then he talks really soft, and he goes, and then he kind of changes his voice tone to like this little Tiny Tim type of kid, and he goes, "You're really lucky you did that, you jerky, because I was fixing to scream rape, and then you would have been in trouble." And then he just kind of darts off into the crowd. I was like, well, I said to the stream, I said, this is the last chance he's got that he was going to scream bloody murder, and you let go. So, but this little dirt ball, man, of course he's just one of the locals just trying to steal from people, basically. He's a pickpocket. And you caught him, Lily saw him, and he just kind of darts off into the crowd. Captain Jack's snow cone shack. There's one over there. You guys can get snow cones. There's all kinds of establishments. But like I said, this is an open air market too. So not only are there all kinds of places of business and establishment, there's also all kinds of street merchants. They're pushing carts around, these little, portable kiosk on wheels and stuff. And there's all kinds of like stationary marketplaces and stuff. So now let's do. How are you guys mingling with the crowd? Nothray 010. What are you guys doing?
So Nothray is going over to get a Gentleman Jack snow cone.
Oh, he's got 52 flavors.
Is Gentleman Jack one of those?
Yeah, Captain Jack says, "Hello, what kind of snow cone do you want?"
Oh my.
52 flavors.
I'll take a little bit of those 5 there.
Oh, okay. So he mixes them up and gives you a. He takes this. He's got this big old block of ice that he's just taking this scraper and scraping it off into the snow cone. The little paper, the little triangular cup that you get, and he gives you that, and he says that'll be 1 silver.
All right,
These aren't free,
I flip him a silver piece.
Hello, these aren't free, Okay, you flip him the silver, and you got your.
And then I ask
delicious.
about if he's seen someone.
Ooh, why don't you give me a streetwise check? And if you don't have streetwise, it will be unskilled at the bottom of your skill list. And I love that about Savage Worlds too. And also Pathfinder 2nd Edition has unskilled checks.
Do you want it in the tower or
No, just do it out in the open. If I want it in the tower, I'll let you know. Ooh, the unskilled. He goes, oh, no seen anybody like that.
Omi's gonna go grab a snow cone too.
Ooh. He says, he says, you want the purple ink snow cone like most Krakens do?
I was wondering about that flavor you got over there that says dingleberry. I've never heard of that before.
Oh, those dingleberries, they're from the Kirin Empire. It is a luxury fruit, my friend. But for you, it will be 1 silver.
I'll take the Kraken usual.
The dingleberry. Oh, so do you want a mixture of dingleberry and purple squirt?
Just the purple squirt, please.
All right, silver, and he gives you the purple squirt.
And I'll ask, if you haven't seen the scribe Markesh and Mr. Spoony, haven't seen this pair come through here or heard of a guy named Tomas, have you?
Sure.
Tomas de Areno?
Yeah, give me a streetwise check. Purple squirt. Kraken's favorite. Ooh. He says, now you talk about orc. No see him. But I will say this though, my friends. I have seen this this Tomas. He actually was he was actually always come and got snow cones with the people that he traveled on his ship. But his favorite flavor was not the dingleberry, it was the Bahama Mama. This is the Bahama Mama, and I remember him. He was a fighter mage. Yes, he used to do tricks for the little kids all around. But yes, I remember he served aboard the ship the Valiant. And I think it was one of those nasty privateer ships that would always come into the channel and always dock here, and they would always try to confiscate ships and stuff. But you might I don't know. My mind is a little cloudy, my friend. You may want to talk to maybe the harbor master.
All right. When was the last time you saw him here, by the way?
Oh, I would say probably. I would probably say about a month or so back, maybe a couple of 10 days. They were on the ship the Valiant. Ooh.
Did he say anything about where he was heading next?
Yes, I believe he said that he was going to the Kirin harbor. They were going to Kirin, the Kirin Empire. I believe that they were going to pick up some ore from the mountains. I believe from the Kokor Mountains. Of course, you don't look like you look like you're from around here, but obviously the Kokor Mountains. They have some dealings there. Of course, there's some atrocities going on, as so the rumors say. But that's where they mine all of the last bit of ore that is on Charybdis before we all drown horrible deaths. And he kind of chuckles and kind of rolls his eyes. He's kind of clueless. He's a snow cone maker. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you for the snow cone. Delicious, by the way. So I pass him 2 silver.
Purple squirt, and he squirts it in there. Oh, it's good stuff. He's got, the squirt bottles up there, the big squirt bottles with the big plastic handles, and you just smash it down and it just pours it out. Yeah. I remember as a kid, remember the slush puppy machines? You probably wouldn't remember those, Shen. And there was a big sign that would say 2 squirts only. Dude, I used to put like 20 squirts in my when they weren't looking. I would go and just like fill up half the cup. But that stuff was so good.
Give me one more for the road, by the way.
Oh,
I'll take that one flavor up there that says bran muffin on it.
Oh, that is one of the original flavors that they had. Yes, it's banana bran muffin.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll have one of those, please.
An extra squirt for you.
And Lily sticks her doll up on the counter.
Oh, and what would you like to sample, little girl? A little boy? Is it a little boy? Or oh, little girl, I'm sorry. What flavor would you like to have? Who?
Of candy.
Cotton candy. We've got cotton candy, yes. Would you
Wait,
like
she
a
turned-
little cup?
She turns the doll over to Shin. Can Lily have some cotton candy?
Yes.
He gets a little, one of the little cups out, and he puts some of the shaved ice in it, and he puts a couple of squirts of the cotton candy on there, and he goes, "For you, little girl, it is no charge." And he looks
No.
over. What?
Look.
What?
Lily doesn't like snow cones. It makes her brain hurt.
Then what did you say cotton candy for, little girl?
Don't need it too fast.
Lily wants candy.
Oh, candy? You mean like and he has a couple of jars of like these pieces of like hard candy and like gummy worms and stuff. He goes, "Is this the type of candy you were looking for?"
Oh yes, Lily wants that.
"Oh, you can have this, little girl." And he grabs you a little handful of the gummy bears and gives them to you. "Is that okay?" And then, of course, anybody else that wants the ice cream, the snow cone, can have that as well. But you found out that Tomas was on the Valiant, and they were heading to the Kirin Empire. Something about picking up ore
is the
from
harbor
mountains.
master?
Oh, my friend, yes, the harbor master. His name is Grambus Graham. And he's a very tall, gaunt Massacani, got scars all over his face. You just cannot miss him. He always hangs out in the docks. He has a little wooden shack. It's called Graham's Scams. I mean, Graham's Scams.
Does that describe the person that asked
I
us?
need to talk to him.
Yeah, actually, he kind of fits the bill there, Lily. He does, for sure. But you actually saw that little wooden wooden shanty that he had set up, with this like crooked sign over and kind of hanging by like one nail and kind of crooked and leaning. So what else is everybody doing? Darganoff, you and Captain Shen were talking about maybe trying to visit the vessel at night. What was the name of that ship again?
Scrappy Orbits.
Yeah, Scrappy Orbit. I gotta write that down. Such a
The
great
Spazzy Orbit.
Spazzy
Spazzy.
Orbit. Yeah,
Spazzy Orbits, not
yeah.
Scrappy
Yeah.
Orbits. Spazzy.
Yeah, Zero's on board with this plan too. The whole time Zero's trailing the captain, just making sure nobody shady's following us. And I'm holding my amulet real tight to me, but the whole time I got murder on my eyes. I'm looking around.
So you're basically following behind the other 5 members of the party, making sure that nothing happens to them, basically.
Right, but then I'll circle in front of them just to see if anyone's trailing us also.
All right, give me a notice roll. And Darganoff, what are your plans
Yes.
for the Spazzy Orbit?
I want to try to locate where he keeps all this gold and acquire it for myself. And if somebody has something magical, I can throw it in so I can carry as much of it off as possible, then I'll take that too.
I don't think we have the bag of holding from the other game, do we?
Yeah, I told you had it.
We
Yeah.
do. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, here you go. You can use this.
You trust me with this? I think I
course.
can do this.
You're my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, Don't forget. Don't let me let you go without the blessing. As I'll take out a spoon, tap you on the shoulder, and cast environmental protection on you, which will allow you to breathe underwater.
I was about to say, worst case scenario, look for me to jump off the side of the ship. Thank God I learned how to swim recently.
Knight him with the spoon.
And that was a
Hereby
raise.
knight thee, Sir Spoon of Darganath.
So you can breathe underwater for 2 hours now.
Yeah, you got
We
the
doing
raise.
this?
Yep.
So are you guys going out to eat? You guys going into a bar? Are you going are you doing anything, or are you trying to look for supplies? Are you trying to buy some fruit so you don't get scurvy, because scurvy is a mechanic as well? What do you think, guys? Are you trying to find any other shady black market dealers that may need maybe a ship to transport some goods somewhere else?
Yes, we're looking for employment to make some money,
Okay.
for sure.
All right. You would probably have to talk to Grambus for that. You would have known that.
The fake harbor
being-
master.
Yeah. Well, actually, he's not. Well, yeah, he's the fake harbor master, but he's in control of it. That's for sure. You know that. I mean, it's established. I mean, he's got his little shanty up there, and but to get back to your notice roll with 010, yeah, you don't see. I mean, you see the whole shindig go down with the kid, the little dirt faced kid, but other than that, you get a lot of there's a lot of looks going towards you guys, because first off, most of you aren't from Charybdis. And so you're getting a lot of looks. Of course, you'll see a couple of people sitting down at maybe like a tavern, tables outside of a tavern or a bar, and they'll kind of like nudge each other and kind of point over towards you guys, because you guys are walking around in flashy clothes and armor and shit like that. So, no.
My clothes.
You're definitely getting some looks, that's for sure.
My clothes look like I fit right in here. That
But you
glamour
think-
armor.
The fam glam, but yeah, you definitely think something's probably going to go down zero. That's for sure, because you guys are actually bringing a pretty good amount of attention to yourself. So, Captain Shen, any supplies or anything like that? Nothray, any supplies, anything like that, guys? Or gal?
Yeah, I'm looking for some stuff to. We need to replenish the supplies on the ship. More water, perhaps some food to put in the cargo bay. I got some cargo bays that I can load up with merchandise if anybody needs to have it shipped. So we're kind of looking for employment, a way to make some money, and also take stock of the place here in Briggity Bay, because I'm thinking we can own this place.
Holy shit. I like that. Holy cow.
Well, he's just worried about
Briggity
getting
Bay
those
is about to be
gummy
our house.
So yeah, you go back over towards Grambus Graham's hut, and yeah, he's there with his other stooges, and you inquire about the supplies. You'll have to still kind of look around the marketplace, but as for looking for work, yeah, there's a couple of dealers that are looking to transport some products. Definitely. But then again, Grambus says that it's totally risky. There's no official paperwork, so you're not going to have any official paperwork for this cargo that you're transporting. And if you go into another bay like Baltimus or Kieran Harbor, you're going to have to try to find some way to offload that stuff to where you're not going to have to pay the tithes. You know what I mean? But then again, you could also try to have someone to cook the books for you and draw up fake, documents and stuff like that.
Yeah, I understand the business.
And you remember anything about any members of your crew?
Yeah. I got a guy that can cook some papers.
Yeah.
I've got some ink for you.
Yeah, Aquias, he used to do a lot of that kind of stuff. Not cook the books, but
Yeah,
he knows how it works.
He actually made our current papers.
No. What is what was the official terminology of that, by the way? Oh, what the hell was that?
Forgery.
No, not forgery.
Not the dirty word for it.
Yeah, Aquias. Let me look up Aquias's sheet really quick. My bad. I should have remembered what he used to do. So. Yeah, doesn't say on his, but I can look it up really quick in the book. But anyway, he was basically the person on the ship that made sure all of the cargo was okay.
Quartermaster.
And not a quartermaster. No, it's got a unique name to it. One second.
Bosun.
No, I'll find out in just a second. Equius areas. A super. He used to be called a super. I should have remembered that. But yeah, the super used to basically take care of all of the cargo, make sure the paperwork was okay, in case privateers would, come and clatch onto your ship and and demand paperwork and stuff, and then confiscate your shit if you didn't have all the legal documents and stamps and all that other stuff. But yeah, he was a super. But yeah, there's actually a couple of you can actually, there's some fruit that actually needs to go to Tressa the Red. There's also a couple of shipments of wood that needs to go to Kieran, the Kieran Empire. There's also some supplies that needs to go to Vittoria, that's in Torrance Call, and then there's some other stuff that needs to go up north to the free towns, like Jamba Town and Peking and Baltimus. So there's all kinds of jobs, all kinds of cargo. It's just that it's illegal, but it does pay 2,000 pieces of 8. They're all about 2,000 pieces of 8 because of how dangerous it is.
I think we could probably take on a couple of those. The two towards call, or the ones towards call, and the ones to Rest of the Red.
Yeah. So yeah, that would pay about 4,000 pieces of 8 to go to Vittoria. Vittoria needs a lot of wood, tools, nails, planks, stuff like that. He says they're building some crazy 50-foot wall to keep out some stupid giant big gorilla that they talk about. I don't know. They're trying to build this big wall, and then he says that the star fruit is what Tressa the Red needs, and she buys it from us because we're the only ones that can get it for her. So, it'll be like one cargo hold for her, and then probably, how many cargo holds do you guys have on your ship?
I think there's 3 or 4 or 1.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
6.
20.
It says 6 cargo.
She says 20. Yeah, it's got
Oh,
6
yes.
cargo.
6 cargo.
So yeah, it'll be like 4, and then you could actually pick up there's another timber of like a wooden planks, 2 cargoes worth of that needs to go to the Kieran Empire also.
Yeah, but we haven't been there. I don't know where that's at.
It's north of Torthcall. And in fact, that's actually where you need to go anyway to try to find that red wizard, because as Omi had found out from talking with Captain Jack at his snow cone shack, the last time that they heard of the ship, the Valiant, where Tomas was on, actually was going to the Kieran Empire. So you could actually get 3 commissions and like 6,000 pieces of 8 if you wanted to take those jobs.
Anybody object to that?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll load down the ship. So yeah, that's good.
Take all those.
Yeah, once you get to each of the destinations, everything has already been paid for. So you'll collect the cash as you get to each location, and they'll pay you the 2,000 for delivery, which is good. So are you guys looking for any other supplies or anything like that from?
Yeah,
from
we need to
Burgundy
restock
Bay, or-
on food and water.
All right. So let's check out food.
Specifically something with vitamin C in it.
Yeah, like lemons or something like that.
Yeah, fruits or vegetables.
Yeah, yeah. There's plenty of stuff that you can actually. So yeah,
Eating salted shark meat for several days is not good for you.
yeah, you'll get what is it, gout if you eat too much meat.
Well, scurvy in this case, because you need vitamin C to.
I'm going to quietly nudge Darganath and say, hey, your lockpicks survived the trip, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm edging to go. I'm gonna fund this expedition.
All right. I was going to say, if you didn't have any, you'd pick up some here, probably.
Yeah. We need to send Darganath off on his mission before we get too much further.
I'm looking up what food and water would be really quick per day. All right, so does anybody else want to do anything else? Well, I know that. So what do you want to do? Wait till nightfall before you start messing around with the spazzy orbit?
Yeah.
All right, so basically, rations are going to be for a week. For one person for a week will be 10 pieces of 8 per week, and that'll pretty much have everything. And fruit will be the same. For a crate will pretty much feed a person for a week, and it'll be 10 pieces of 8 per crate, which will be basically 7 days per person.
Could they possibly sell some of that shark to compensate?
Yeah, the salted. Yeah, they'll. You can actually find someone to trade 1 for 1 day for 1 day.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Fruits for meat. It's up to you guys on how you want to do it, though.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna make another.
episode.
I'll make fruits. So what do you guys? How many days of? You got 98 days worth of meat. You got 98 days worth of meat, and then you got 48 days worth of water.
what do you think? A third?
I don't know how the scurvy mechanic works, but I assume that you need a balanced diet.
Yeah.
So let's trade in 34 days worth.
All right, so you got 64 days of meat, 34 days of fruit, 48 days of water. Thank you so much for the host gold. So you guys can buy more of this stuff too. Like I said, it's for 7 is 10 gold. So you can get for 100 pieces of 8, you can get 70 basically of whatever you want. You got meat, fruit, and then if you want, rations, we'll make a rations category too.
Jen, see if they have bran muffins.
I want no stinking bran muffins.
Oh, of course there's a bakery there. It's called Pinch a Loaf.
Of course it is.
Of
I
course
thought
it's
the
called Pinch a
transfer
Loaf.
between dimensions would solve your dietary problems.
O'Meal, get some bran muffins.
All right. So no more food? You guys are going to go with what you got? Nobody wants to spend their money. I don't think that's. I think that's what it is. I don't think anybody wants to spend their money, right?
Well, that's a pretty good amount of food, 98 days.
That's like 5 days worth of food for 20 people.
I was just kind of figuring we can really stockpile if my mission goes off well.
All right. So anything else before you guys start to check out the Spazzy orbit? I guess as the sun's going down, are you going to go stay back on the ship, or?
Do we got any kind? Is anybody like any fishermen places here at the docks where we can buy like maybe nets to troll for and net up some fish?
If there's schools of fish around, yeah, I mean you could do that. But I mean, if you're just gonna throw nets over the side without schools of fish, I mean, I don't think you'd catch too much. But
No, I'm talking about like trawlers when they go out and they deploy their nets and then they sail for a while and then they reel the nets back in and see what they got.
sure, I'm sure you can find stuff like that. Yeah.
You might want to get some nets to help for some food along the way. Although that could potentially get us
Do
way
you
more.
do you want to sing? I know that you guys probably don't want to spend your gold. Do you guys want one of the advances ahead of time? Is that will that help you guys buy food or whatever you need for your? I mean, the dockmaster will give you an advance if you guys want.
Yeah, because this is a little different than normal adventuring because all you have to do is feed yourself. That's easy enough to do, but you're having to feed 20 people plus pay them.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
so you're going to have to buy food at some point.
No. And you got to pay your crew. So.
Lily didn't say any of that.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just being realistic, and I know you guys got gold because I can see it on the party sheet. But we'll say that I'll give you 2,000 of the 6,000 ahead of time. We'll say that Teresa has paid the 2,000 for delivery, so all you would have to do is just basically just drop it off on the shore, and then from there you can go to Vittoria, and then they'll give you 2,000, and then dropping off the wood in the Kieran Empire will give you another 2,000. So. And the 2,000 is really high compared to what you would normally get, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of money ahead of time so you can have money for your crew and stuff over amount of time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's 7 days for 10 gold. So if you spent 1,000 gold, that would be 700 days of food.
In fact, if you want, I'll just go ahead and give you 6,000 now. And then you just need to drop the supplies off, or you don't have to drop them off, and you can try to resell them somewhere else, or come back into Briggany Bay at a later time and try to resell it. I mean, it's totally up to you. But then again, the repercussions for that could be that's on you. You know what I mean? So, but you'll get the 6,000. You'll get the 6,000 pieces of 8 up front. So. We'll go ahead and we'll make a note. Parcel items. We'll say, you guys want to. How do you guys want to do that? I mean, do you guys just want to split it up between all of you, or do you want to keep it as like
Lily
ship
doesn't get
funds,
anything.
or what?
Just keep it on the party sheet.
All right. So we'll say ship funds are 6,000 gold. All
You want to use 1,000 of that to get 700 days of food.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to take up one of the. I would say that would probably take up a cargo hold.
That'll take up a cargo hold.
So that's too much food.
No.
Yeah, that's a lot of food. It'll go bad.
500 for
Figure out
3.
How long your trip's going to be. Make sure you have enough food for both
Yeah.
going and coming back.
Well, yeah, you can make your trip to I mean, you could technically make your trip to the Kieran Empire first, get rid of those 2 cargo slots for the wood, and then make your way down to Vittoria, and then back down to the Teeth where Teresa is, or you can go to Teresa first and work your way up, which probably might.
20 days you plan
Yeah.
on.
I was thinking Victoria first, and then to the Carrion Empire, and then to the Teeth.
Okay. That's up to you guys, however you guys want to navigate it. So, but like I said, it's 8 days on a successful roll, and if you'll get an extra 2 days for every raise that you get. So, Captain Shen's rolls have been pretty good, so it's not too bad. I'm trying to build a wall to keep some big gorilla out.
Hey, Dave, also, I think we could just go ahead and proceed with the adventure, and maybe after the game, we make the decision what we bought at the here at the docks or whatever. Could do that out to the game.
Yeah, we can do that too. Yeah. Yeah, once you get to the Kieran Empire, yeah. Because you'll probably have to resupply by then anyway, you know? And then we can just kind of do that
that's
in
what
chat.
I was thinking. We need enough supplies to get us to the Carrion Empire, however we go, because we'll resupply them there.
Yeah, I'm just saying we could say we already left, and then we could work out the details in chat out to the game.
Yeah. You figure it's going to take you, what, at least 6-7 days to get to the Teeth. And then at least another 3 days to get to Vittoria. And then at least 2 days to get to the Kieran Empire. So you're looking at like 11 days. And that's just being minimum as successful rolls, because if it's not successful, you're going off course in a random direction. And then you'll be that much further away from your target. But, you know, you'll probably need at least, I'd say, I don't know, at least 100 days of food total. I mean, you guys got a pretty good amount now. Now, you'll probably need 19 times... Yeah, you'll probably need at least a couple hundred. But it's up to you. So we'll oh wow, shit, it's like 9:15. We'll say that we'll do that in the chat and in the chat and Discord. And like I said, it's 10 pieces of 8 for every 7 days. And that's for either fruit or rations. And that's rations, that's like preserved rations, and that's not salted meat. So, and then we'll I guess what, Shen, you said you wanted to go to the Teeth first, and then up to Victoria and then Kieran Empire, one swoop, or
yeah. Well, Victoria is on Turth Call, right?
Yeah, it's at the very northern tip. So I'll share the map with you again, and then I'll sync you to Victoria's.
I see where it's at.
Yeah.
So I would say we would go there first, then to the Korean Empire, and then down to the Teeth, or back through the gullet to the Teeth.
All right. Well, that would be backtracking. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
We could sail back around the way we came to Brittany Bay, and then go up through the gullet, stop at Victoria, and then go to the Korean Empire. That would work as well.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That would be the most direct. That would be the most direct route.
Yeah. All right. So that's what
we got to. We gotta get Darganeth on the Spazzy orbit.
Yeah. So we'll when we start next, because we're playing next week too. So we'll start off with. We'll have all the supplies taken care of. So next week we'll start right off with the sun going down and Darganeth going to the Spazzy orbit.
One big issue with that, like I said, that my kids will be here next week, so it's the 1 week I can't play.
Oh. All right. So what are you wanting to do with the Spazzy orbit? Are you just wanting to scope it out? I mean, we could do that really quickly if you want to.
No, I was gonna use my glamour studded leather to make my dress appear just like the rest of the crew. Try to sneak aboard and rob him blind of all those nice pieces of 8 that he already admitted to us he might have had.
All right. And
I gave you a water breathing spell too, in case you need to make a hasty exit.
Can you guys hang out for a couple more minutes, or are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good for hours.
Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
go.
Oh, you got to go, Zero?
Well, I got work in 3 hours.
Oh man. All right. Well, sorry, man, to keep you later, man.
No problem.
We'll holler at you later.
All right.
Zero goes back and reads his book again, even though he's already read it like 5 times by now. So,
Yeah.
see you, Zero.
Bye bye.
All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll do this really quick. So, sun goes down. Darg, you're going to the Spazzy orbit. You're going to try to deceive your way onto. So what? You said you wanted to look like their crewmen as well.
That was more of a backup plan in case somebody actually spotted me. Maybe I could talk myself out of it if I look like them. But I have that glamour studded leather that I can make look like anything. So
Yeah, they're basically wearing like red scarves, and they have like these white and red striped shirts on, and these what are those pants called that are almost like knee high? What are those called again? I think it's like isn't it a feminine term? The type of pants that the females wear?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
What
Yeah,
about
they wear
capri
that.
pants?
who? Capri?
Capris.
Yeah, I think that might be it actually, where they kind of hang down a little bit past their knee. Yeah, capris. Okay, yeah. So yeah, they're wearing like white capris and these white and red striped shirts, and the stripes are horizontal. They're not vertical, and they also have these red scarves on, and it's a mixture of all the different races. So the sun goes down, and you're going to need to make it's going to be a contest. So I'm going to do a group roll, and I'm going to do a +2 to my group roll because of the amount of sailors that are on the ship. So I'm going to do a notice check versus it would be your stealth. So let me get in here and find a sailor.
Fingers crossed for me.
Good luck, Darkeneth. I'll give if
You
I
can do
can.
it.
I'll give you one of my bennies before you go.
You can do it.
This is what I was born to do, guys. We could be more rich from this than from our voyage.
Lily wouldn't approve if she knew this was going on.
All right, so why don't you give me a roll out in the open, and we'll see
Stealth?
where it goes. Yeah, stealth. And how are you trying to sneak onto the ship?
I mean, I have a feeling it would be near like the captain's quarters. So actually, I'd like to try to like swim up beside it and climb up the back. I think that'd be the quickest way to get to the captain's quarters.
So like one of the, well, I mean, there wouldn't be an anchor. I mean, there's no ropes anchoring the ship down. I mean, they're basically just tied to the dock. You know what I mean? I mean, it's tied up. I mean, you wouldn't be able to climb up an anchor rope. But so the problem would be, how are you going to get up the side of the ship? You know what I mean? Because there's really nothing to grab on. But I mean, you could sneak your way onto the docks and maybe climb up one of the ropes because of course the captain's quarters on the back of that ship, and the ship is probably, I'd say, at least almost twice the size as your ship. And like I said, it's not a man of war, but it's at least I think would be what, a frigate or a galleon or something like that.
Probably a frigate.
Yeah. And
I'm already
there's
nervous enough. I just
Yeah.
figured.
Yeah, there's 16 guns on each side, so on different levels of the ship. So there's like 8, and then like 8 on a row under it. So yeah, there's a bunch of people on this ship. So we'll say that we'll take your stealth roll, and I mean, how are you trying to get onto the ship though? I mean, that's what I.
Yeah, I guess I would
like to know.
just, since there's nothing to climb up on the sides. I need a description. I would try to climb up one of the ropes.
What would
Sure.
be, Dave, since you know the ship better than he does, what would be a good way for him to approach it?
Oh, like I told him, that there's no anchors, but on the side that it's docked to the, that it's tied up to the dock. I mean, he could climb up the ropes, that are holding the
Stern mooring line.
the poop deck rope. That there's a what, the port and starboard Well, their starboard is
It's-
the right side of the ship, right? Starboard is the right side of the ship.
Yes.
So
To
starboard.
keep it simple,
Go ahead.
to keep it simple, I would just say I would find the closest, the thing I can climb aboard that isn't walking right up like the way everybody else is getting on and off. That's closest to the rear of the ship.
Well, there's people